What if I told you there are 5 critical warning signs at airports that could literally save your life? These aren't conspiracy theories or fear-mongering. These are real red flags that aviation experts and flight crews watch for every single day. Today, I'm sharing the exact signs that should make you think twice before stepping onto that aircraft. Stay tuned, because number 3 will shock you. Look, I'm not here to scare you away from flying. Statistically, you're safer in an airplane than driving to the grocery store. But here's the thing. Being an observant passenger isn't about paranoia. It's about being smart. Flight crews and pilots can't see everything, especially from the cockpit. Sometimes passengers are the first to spot potential problems. In the next few minutes, I'll teach you exactly what to watch for, when to speak up, and how your awareness could prevent a dangerous situation. This isn't just theory. This is practical knowledge you can use on your very next flight. Number 1. Visible aircraft damage or maintenance issues. Let's start with the most obvious but often overlooked red flag: visible damage to the aircraft itself. As you're walking to your plane or looking out the terminal window, keep your eyes peeled for fuel leaks, which appear as clear or slightly colored liquid dripping from wings or engines. This isn't normal condensation. Fuel has a distinct smell and consistency. Look for loose panels, especially around engine cowlings, missing rivets, or any visible cracks in the fuselage. Ice buildup on wings during winter operations is particularly dangerous if the plane hasn't been properly de-iced. There's a documented case where a passenger noticed a longitudinal crack in the fuselage during boarding but didn't report it. That flight later experienced explosive decompression. Another passenger in Norway spotted fuel leaking during taxi and alerted the crew, preventing a potential disaster. If you see anything that looks wrong, trust your instincts. Aircraft are precision machines, and even small issues can have serious consequences. Don't assume someone else has already noticed. Your observation could be the difference between a safe flight and a tragic accident. Number 2. Crew behavior and communication issues. Your flight crew's behavior tells a story, and you need to know how to read it. Professional flight attendants are trained to remain calm under pressure, but watch for signs of unusual nervousness. Rushed safety demonstrations, or crew members who seem unprepared or confused about procedures. Listen carefully during safety briefings. If the information seems inconsistent, incomplete, or if crew members appear to be improvising, that's a red flag. Pay attention to how the crew communicates about delays or mechanical issues. Vague explanations like minor technical difficulties without specifics, especially when delays stretch on, could indicate more serious problems than they're letting on. Notice if crew members are having heated discussions or appearing stressed beyond normal pre-flight preparations. Professional crews coordinate seamlessly. If you see confusion, arguing, or lack of coordination, it might indicate training issues or more serious operational problems. Remember, flight attendants are your first line of defense in emergencies. If they seem unprepared, overwhelmed, or unable to answer basic safety questions, consider whether you feel confident in their ability to handle a real emergency situation during your flight. Number 3. Extreme weather conditions. Weather is tricky because pilots are trained to handle challenging conditions, but there's a line between manageable and dangerous. Pay attention to weather reports for both your departure and destination airports. Severe thunderstorms aren't just uncomfortable. They can produce microbursts that create downdrafts exceeding 6,000 feet per minute, which most aircraft cannot climb fast enough to escape. If you're hearing about severe turbulence warnings or seeing other flights being diverted due to weather, question whether your flight should proceed. Crosswinds are particularly dangerous during landing. If you notice ground crews struggling to walk straight or see windsocks indicating strong, shifting winds, be concerned. Winter operations present unique challenges. If you see ice accumulating on aircraft surfaces without immediate de-icing procedures, or if de-icing fluid is being applied in freezing rain, which can refreeze faster than equipment can remove it, these are serious safety concerns. Modern aircraft can handle most weather, but pilots sometimes face pressure to depart on schedule despite marginal conditions. If weather reports mention conditions like freezing rain, severe wind shear, or tornado warnings near your route, don't hesitate to ask crew members directly about flight safety and their contingency plans. Number 4. Airport security and safety protocol violations. Security and safety protocols exist for good reasons, and violations can indicate systemic problems that might affect your flight safety. Watch for unusual security screening procedures if you're being subjected to excessive additional screening without clear explanation, or if security personnel seem confused about procedures. It could indicate security system failures. Pay attention to baggage handling. If you see ground crews mishandling luggage, throwing bags, or operating equipment recklessly, it suggests poor training or supervision that might extend to other safety-critical operations. Observe ground crews around your aircraft. Are they following proper safety procedures, wearing appropriate protective equipment, and communicating clearly with each other? Rushed or careless ground operations can lead to serious problems like improperly secured cargo doors, fuel contamination, or damage to aircraft systems. Notice if airport personnel seem overwhelmed, understaffed, or if there are unusual delays in standard procedures. Security breaches, even minor ones, can indicate larger operational issues. If you see unauthorized personnel in restricted areas, equipment being operated unsafely, or general chaos in airport operations, these are signs that safety standards might be compromised. Remember, ground operations are just as critical to flight safety as what happens in the air. Number 5. Your own physical and mental state. Sometimes the biggest red flag isn't external, it's internal. Your physical and mental condition directly impacts flight safety, especially in emergency situations. Certain medical conditions become dangerous at altitude. If you have severe heart disease, recent surgery involving trapped air or gas, active respiratory infections, or uncontrolled psychiatric conditions, flying could be life-threatening. The reduced oxygen levels at cabin altitude, equivalent to 5,000 to 8,000 feet, can exacerbate conditions like asthma, COPD, or anemia. Consider your medication schedule when crossing time zones. Diabetics are particularly vulnerable to confusion about meal and insulin timing. If you're feeling severely ill, intoxicated, or emotionally unstable, you're not just risking your own safety, but potentially compromising your ability to respond appropriately in emergencies. Air pressure changes can worsen sinus infections, recent dental work, or any condition involving trapped air in body cavities. Mental state matters too. If you're experiencing severe anxiety, panic attacks, or are under the influence of alcohol or drugs, your judgment and reaction time are compromised. Airlines have the right to deny boarding to passengers who appear unfit to fly, and you should honestly assess whether you're capable of following emergency procedures, helping others if needed, and making rational decisions during stressful situations. So, you've spotted something concerning. Now what? First, stay calm and approach a flight attendant discreetly. Don't announce your concerns to other passengers and cause panic. Be specific about what you observed and where. If the crew dismisses your concern but you're still worried, you have the right to deplane before takeoff. Airlines cannot force you to fly if you feel unsafe. Document everything with photos if possible, but avoid disrupting operations. Remember, reporting genuine safety concerns is never wrong. Flight crews would rather investigate a false alarm than miss a real problem. Your observation could save lives. Here's the bottom line. Being observant doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you a responsible traveler. These red flags aren't meant to terrify you, but to empower you with knowledge. Have you ever noticed something unusual during your travels? Drop your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help another traveler. If this video opened your eyes to airport safety, smash that like button and share it with fellow travelers. And hey, if you want more travel safety tips and insider knowledge, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. Safe travels, everyone, and remember, trust your instincts up there.